Good evening. My name is Reverend Erick Salgado. As many of you know, I'm the only one that is not a career politician in this race. I was born in the Bronx. My father came from the island of Puerto Rico in 1926. I'm proud of my father. He passed away last Monday when I was doing another debate. They informed me that he passed away, and tomorrow we're going to do his wake, and Saturday we're going to bury him. He taught me that I should never be ashamed of who I am or ashamed of my roots, that I have to focus, work hard, and keep on going to achieve success in life. I was raised in Puerto Rico because when I was born I had a chronic asthma because of the pollution that we have in our city that is an epidemic on our minority community. I am running because I care about New York City. I have spent all my productive life since I was 17 working in Brooklyn with the most vulnerable one. I started in Red Hook, where I served as a pastor. Then I moved to Sunset Park. We opened another church. We also went to Bensonhurst. When I went to Bensonhurst, it was very challenging. It was on 1994 when we started over there. And we was going to start a small Spanish church. Many people told me, Reverend, you have to concentrate in your neighborhood. You're in the wrong neighborhood. You have to move to Coney Island on 3rd Avenue. But I knew that I could do something in Bensonhurst, that I could serve the people of Bensonhurst, regardless of my color, regardless that I'm Latino. So now I'm more than proud to say that 15 years later, we have over 1,100 members in Bensonhurst. We have 3 temples, and one of them is being used for food pantry in one of the biggest food pantry in Brooklyn, where we serve more than 5,000 people from all ethnics and all races. I believe that if you focus and you keep forward, you're going to achieve success in life. As a small business owner, I started when I was 19 in an auto park, working over here in Avenue P and Coney Island Avenue. I did such a great job that they transferred me to Empire Boulevard over here in this neighborhood, where I served for more than 6 years, and then I finally opened my own business with my wife, Sonia. She's my wife for 21 years. I have 6 lovely children with her. And yes, I'm challenging the current politician because I believe if they feel that there is no way for a common New Yorker to come from Main Street to challenge them, we are jeopardizing our democratic system in New York City. I am Erick Salgado. I'm running for mayor, and I'm more than eager to get the support of this Democratic club. Thank you so much, and God bless.
So we will have you take the mic to answer the question, and I will repeat it again. It is, what is your plan to help low-income New Yorkers develop a pathway out of poverty? Since the Minority and Women Business Program has been in place, we have not seen what we had hoped for in terms of results. What steps would your administration take to achieve the 20% participation rate, particularly in communities of color?
As a business owner myself, I know how difficult it is for a small business owner to stay in business in this city. I believe that out of the city contract, we have to have more representation for business owner owned by African American and Latino. Right now, the representation is extremely low and unacceptable. If we have a city where the minority became the majority in general, we should have more representation. For example, from all the budget of the city that goes to the media, 82% is actually going to the three main newspapers, and the other 18 for the rest of the newspaper. But the reality is that 55% is represented by that 18% that is getting that funding. That was the problem that we had when Superstorm Sandy struck. Many of the people who were affected, for example, in many of our neighborhoods, they didn't listen to the main media sources. They listened to a lot of local sources, like a lot of Caribbean station, and they are completely ignored by the current administration. We have to make sure that the city resources go equally to all the different communities, because New York changed a lot. Right now, we cannot say that New York City is a melting pot. New York City is a collection of community, and every single community deserves the right representation in City Hall. And for small business owners as well, many of our people who are trying to get into business, the biggest obstacle that they have is the over-ticketing. Sometimes I remember when I was in business with my wife, I asked her sometimes, how much we did today? She told me 200, 300. And all of a sudden, when you go to your mailbox, you find a ticket for $500. You feel like closing down the store that day and stop working. They are trying to over-ticketing the small business owner, and the small business owner collectively is the bigger employer that we have in New York City, and most of them are owned by minority. We have to make sure that they get the respect and they get the opportunity to actually start a business and be successful in business. And we have to limit the bureaucracy and the unnecessary paperwork that they are imposing to the people who actually are creating the economy of this city. Thank you so much.
We want a question or two from the audience. Mr. Sanin, and then Mr. Sanin, and then my dear friend in the back. You'll be next. Okay, Mr. Sanin, your question.
I'd like to thank you guys for coming out this evening. But I'd like to ask each one of you, before you announce your mayoral candidacy, when was the last time you was in Flatbush?
Me all the time. I live in Brooklyn. I don't live in Brooklyn, but I spend my life over here in Brooklyn, in Red Hook, in Flatbush. I worked for 6 years at Fire Boulevard. I'm a brother. I understand this neighborhood, and I need your support. That's what I need, your support. So I was working 6 years on the Fire Boulevard over here, and I understand the neighborhood. I'm in the radio. I have a lot of listeners over here. I love Brooklyn, and here I am today.
I live in Brooklyn. I've been in Flatbush many times.
I mean, that's generic. Tell me a specific event that you attended within the Flatbush area.
Once again, I'm invited. I'm a pastor. I'm invited over here all the time. I didn't come over here just for a political purpose. This is what I do for life. I spend my life in Flatbush, in Red Hook, in Bensonhurst. I am who I am. I love everyone, and I'm willing to work with all the community. Yes, I pass through this community all the time. Last time I was here before, I believe I came back to salute my ex-workers over here on Fire Boulevard. I say hi to them. I was not thinking to run, and I was in this neighborhood. And I'm around here all the time. I like Popeye over here, but I don't have a problem coming to Flatbush at all.
Many politicians, especially the current administration, they insist that stop and frisk is good for our community. In fact, they say that Latino and African Americans should be glad or thankful for stop and frisk because it's preventing our community from killing each other. But I believe that stop and frisk is not as sweet as they say. Mayor Bloomberg, he has 0% to be stopped in a stop and frisk tactic. That is not my case. I even shared with in another photo an experience that I had, and they say that it was an imaginary police officer, the one who stopped me. And that was not the case. When I go out there, when my son goes out there, he's 20 years old, he have a good chance to be stopped in stop and frisk. I believe that stop and frisk is an expensive way to enforce the law. The right way to enforce the law is to bring the police officers back to 37,000, make sure that we have the community police officers on the street, the police officers that know everybody, the barber shop, we cannot keep this city safe, work on the statistic, and put a tactic like stop and frisk, which is basically stop and frisking everybody. Of course you're going to get criminal, but what's going to happen with all the decent people that are being stopped? Pastors are being stopped, the teachers, educators, decent people are being stopped and frisked in front of everybody. We have to stop and frisk the way that is being run right now with the current administration. We have to stop and frisk. Thank you. I'm very close to Flatbush. I'm in Bensonhurst. I'm serving over there now. Thanks God for that. I'm running for mayor because I believe I have so much to give to the city. I will work from day one. I understand that it's a big challenge, and maybe a lot of people look at me and they try to discourage me from keep on going. I'm not a quitter. I'm used to be pushed. Since I was little, I was pushed, but I always push back. I'm gonna do this for my city, for my family, for the different community that need somebody who could represent them well in City Hall. And that's what I stand for. I'm looking to represent the underrepresented community, and Flatbush is included in my agenda. All 5 boroughs are included in my agenda. Yes, we could do it together. When our communities stay together, we make history. We just proved it not too long ago when we elect and re-elect the first African-American president. Now we can make history again by helping this brother to get elected and be the first Latino mayor of the city of New York. God bless you and thank you.